Deontay Wilder, I'll apologise on behalf of Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua for stringing you along. Basically, I'll apologise because they're from the same country as I am. Let me tell you, you're talking and looking to the original, real world heavyweight champion from this country, me. They won't fight you. They've took 3 months stringing the fans along with no intentions of fighting. I'll fight you in 3 seconds. Never mind 3 minutes. Get your boss, Al Heyman, send me the contract, and I'll show you how long it takes to sign it. Wallop. 10 seconds, done. Signed, stamped, delivered. Photograph taken, uploaded on Instagram. You want to fight the best this country's ever had? Not knock on my door and see if the Gypsy King doesn't answer. Boom.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the 4th round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making women's gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ. There's only one Deontay Wilder.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice, baby. Hashtag TBV podcast, whatever hashtags are used. We are back with a news report, rumor mill. Keith Idek, boxing writer you guys know well, is reporting that the Barclays Center is a runner-up. And I'm going to preference this in this manner because I can easily go down the way that the writer wrote it and have you believe it's really happening in Barclays Center and then have you get to the middle of the article where it says the MGM is still in talks and negotiations. So what we're going to discuss is the fact that the writer believes an announcement will be made within a week to 2 weeks on Wilder Fury taking place in the Barclays. He also made it clear that Vegas, MGM Grand is still in the runnings. So our secondary questioner to our panel and our listeners is, where would you rather it be? Where should it be? Where do you want it at? Are you going to go? Or are you just saying it should be in Vegas or UK or LA or Barclays? That's what we're going to be talking about. If you want to voice your opinion on this topic, you already know what to do. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype for crystal clear call quality by downloading the Skype app anywhere and using it absolutely free. And you can also call in the number at 14255695241 and press 1 to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let's get on out to my co-host that hail from around the globe.
It's me, Mario.
What is up? What is up? We are back, and yeah, a little bummed that Texas isn't anywhere in there, but of course that's to be expected. This is good for New York. I'm glad that it's there. You know, I think that a lot of people had hoped, and at one point it seemed unlikely, but over the past few weeks it's gained more steam, and so hopefully it does end up there for sure, and we can get an announcement. Regardless, I just want an announcement on this fight, but it seems like this is good to go. I mean, this seems like we are set, and it seems like New York is the spot because multiple reports are starting to come out more and more within the last few hours.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Anthony Barrera. I've been through all the eras, and I still been telling you.
You do too much talking. The thing is this.
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, just woke up And I'm not even mad because when I came out here to New York from California, they were like, "Why'd you even move out here? Like it's normally the other way around." Well, this is definitely something I could be happy about because if it does come to the Barclays Center, this will attract the New York crowd. Now, money wise, I'm not gonna lie, Vegas is probably the obvious choice that we've always going to consider because of the casino, the tourist spot, and stuff like that. So this is definitely not a confirmed location, but we're getting closer and closer and closer to the idea that the fight is made. It's just when and where and how this is all going to go about. But we can pass this on to the other squad member, Mike.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows down, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo. Oh, where should it be? Should we be in Vegas, man? Or should we be in that cold city, New York, man? I don't know, man. Look here. If I'm a fight fan like I am, I would rather have it in Vegas. I'm not gonna lie to you, but New York does have its kind of perks. It has its good places, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not upset with either venue being discussed, but you know, hey, look, things are more greener out in Vegas. But hey, let's go ahead and get us started.
Well, I'll say this. For me, this is perfect. I'll get to cover this the way that I really should. I get to, be the host to all of you guys that come in. New York City, tri-state area, that's my area, I'll make it feel like Vegas is here, if you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because the pastures is green. But outside of that, it's just like, Ron gets to cover the fight. I'll probably send a second if I don't send myself. Me and Mike get to, do the show if we do the show. It's like the options are just limitless. And the fact that we could actually do a TBV appreciation night, we waited and waited and waited. And if this is true, New York TBV appreciation night 2019, it'll be 2 years since the last one. It would probably be the perfect time. But then I got to get my bubble burst and come back to reality and remember that we never really had any big fights in New York City. Maybe back in the day when boxing or when New York was truly the Mecca. But nowadays it's like the state tax and just this, it's just always something. And it boils down to money and the fighters not wanting to give that extra cut they got to give here in New York City.
Well, here's the one problem I have with this. Everybody was talking. I hope, even though Ness is doing some things in the background, I really hope he listens because I really want his take on this. Everybody was talking about the fact that regardless of them running it back, the fight couldn't happen on Fury's turf because of the money. Okay? We all talked about that, right? Well, now we're in a situation where it doesn't happen in Vegas, where so many different profits can be generated. It happens in New York with certain taxes and things of that nature. So what are we really talking about now? Because it's like the most money will it be generated? And if it's not, and if that wasn't the question, why couldn't they run it back on Fury's home turf? I might be talking out my ass. I might not know the specifics because I'm not going to lie. I really have never followed what the UK does monetarily. So I don't know how much of a difference this is. I don't know if, all three areas make significantly more than would have been made in the UK. But I really don't think that that's the case. I think that there is one spot that probably makes more than the rest and triumphs them. But I don't think it's going to happen in that spot. That said, I am very excited. Just as a person who's like trying to see a fair rematch, it happening on Fury's home turf seems fair. But from the point of view of a fight fan, yeah, I love it. New York is big, it's grand, it's incredible. And Wilder needs to become that universal star. He needs to fight in Cali and Vegas and New York. And so this is a step in the right direction to me.
Yeah, I'm just going, because New York has seemed to have a tremendous big lift from the end of last year to this year. I mean, just the other day, I talked to Sam Watson. He was saying that they're going to put that Danny Garcia at Barclays, and sure enough, Crawford and Amir Khan is looking to go to Madison Square Garden. Recently, we just had Keith Thurman at the Barclays Center, and in Madison Square Garden has been used a lot now from Golden Boy and DAZN in total. So.
Well, let's tell the whole story. They've been using Madison Square Garden a lot because Barkley has an exclusive deal with PBC. So, Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy can't get up in there.
I agree with that. And so the markets there, the resurgence there with PBC having their exclusivity with Barclays, and in Madison Square Garden with these other guys. So New York is definitely a big boxing mecca. I definitely say Vegas, LA, and as well as New York. And so at this point, it should be really interesting because the time and dates they've been talking about, April 27th, one of the dates, which would be following another pay-per-view, Amir Khan and Crawford. In addition to that, I think we just got out of our pockets the Mikey and Spence, So from that point, May's around the corner, Canelo and Jacobs, luckily we won't have to pay for that. So we have to figure out all the finances, how this went about, and was this a spot that they decided to choose or they had to do because they were stuck with this venue?
Well, I mean, you gotta put all that into consideration. Let's mention the dates, the possible dates. I heard April 27th and May 18th. April 27th, May 18th, right? If that's correct, let's run with it and see how that causes issues for boxing fans. Now, from what I read from the article, this will be the third pay-per-view in the first quarter. You'll have Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner. Then you're going to pay for, Spence and Garcia. Oh, and then you got to factor in the Amir Khan one that we absolutely should not be paying for. But then, Wilder Fury. So that's 4 pay-per-views in the first quarter. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's a bad look. And somebody's going to take, not just somebody, I think a lot of them are going to take big L's on this. I can't help but think that there is a way, even if these guys aren't working together, that they could still work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to call each other and say, hey, I'm going to have this date, or hey, I'm going to take this date, or anything like that. But there is definitely professional ways of just being courteous. And these guys just seem to be trying to go for each other's throats. But in this scenario, it doesn't seem like they really are. Like, Wilder Fury is one of the best fights that they can put on, for sure. Canelo Jacobs, these fights are the best fights that can be put on in that division. Even though I truly believe in Amir Khan and I think he's one of the best and probably would be the best on either Spence's or Crawford's resume, I think that what you have to understand is that they're doing themselves a disservice, Top Rank, because there aren't a lot of Mario Munguias out there that feel that way. So,
real quick, I want to bring it back not to the fighters as much, but it's to like the fans. I mean, the better venue for the fans would be the MGM, like they reported in Vegas, because Vegas is a more touristic kind of city. Because I don't want to say more.
I don't know. Everybody loves to come to New York. It's the Big Apple. You come here early, you get to go to Madison Square, you get the
niggas out there wearing Timbs. There are people out there on the block. We ain't trying to do all that, man. We trying to be in Vegas with the sun out, with nice weather.
April, May, the sun is out.
All right, but it's more people in Vegas, and that's a fight time with more tourist attraction, more casinos, more things for people to do. I just heard your boy got a residency at in Vegas, Drake. You know what I'm saying? So that could be
nothing.
Hey, now you kind of quiet. That don't mean nothing. I think Vegas would be a better option than New York personally, but it is what it is, man. And I don't see New York outbidding Vegas for that site. I just don't.
No, I don't think they are at all. But I will say that.
Wait, he doesn't see them bidding for that fight?
He doesn't think that they're outbidding Vegas for this
fight. Outbid Vegas.
Hey, man. The Yormark brothers are aggressive, and they've shown that. Ever since they made the Barclay and they've been running that Barclay, they've been bringing big-time boxing to the Barclay.
it's not even them. It's the Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov. He owns the Brooklyn Nets and pretty much let I forget this guy's name, but you just said it. He put him in charge of the boxing.
Yeah, which means he has a budget and he is in charge of how that budget gets spent.
Do you think but like the casinos can make their money back? Do you think Barclays can make their money back?
Absolutely, man. You're gonna charge top notch for those tickets, and then you're gonna inflate the prices on the drinks. I mean, that's how these people do it.
And here's another thing too to kind of tie all this together. I was talking to Big Baby Miller, and he brought a good point. The investment they've put in Deontay Wilder by advertisement there. Deontay Wilder was just at the Barclays Center. His brother just fought at the Barclays Center. It's just this constant build of Deontay Wilder in New York City. He fought Arthur Spilka out here. And from that point, at some shape or form, they have to bring Deontay all over the place.
It'll be better numbers, bro. Listen, it did what, 13,000 maybe? What did it do? Anybody remembers? What was the number for the?
It was 17, wasn't it?
Really?
I thought that's what I saw. I was doing some research right before the show started, and I'm pretty sure I saw it at least 17.
Talking
at
about the
least.
Fury fight or the Ortiz fight?
Oh wait, which one are you talking about?
For the Fury fight.
Yeah, I thought it was 17.
Yep, 17.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 17. It was a good number. Listen, it was a great number, and I think they can duplicate it. A good number, I mean, per venue, whichever they end up fighting, I guess Barclays or whatever. But here's the one aspect about this that's crucial for Deontay Wilder. People talk about markets, right? And everybody knows when you enter the entertainment market, you have to be in California. You have to be in LA, right? LeBron going to the Lakers, a big part of it was that he has his own production company, that he's, creating these documentaries and these shows, and being out there helps his celebrity in the entertainment market, right? But everybody knows that when it comes down to sports and when it comes down to business, I'm talking about Wall Street, I'm talking about, Avenue K. Well, I guess that's Washington, but, I'm talking about the business side of things. New York is where you need to be. Wilder gets invested into a bigger market like that.
Listen, for the UK, it's better. This is probably Fury saying, we want it in the UK because for the UK fight fans, it's easier to fly to New York. It's cheaper than it is to go all the way to Las Vegas. It's a longer flight to Las Vegas, so it costs more money.
Yeah, you said that before in one of the other shows. You're absolutely right. And so this helps both Fury and Wilder with their business and sports, I guess, commercial appeal. There's going to be more eyes on them, I think, like that. They're going to end up on local news. They're going to end up on local papers and magazines.
Does the time zone affect it? Like, because they're fighting here on the East, make it any better for the West, for the UK?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was going to say, it's really hard to probably stay up late to watch these fights, and having to fight a little bit earlier, sure enough, is going to increase purchasing power.
Now, listen, you're talking about the best fans in boxing, right? They stay up for all the fights.
Yeah, but
they'll be there.
If we can strategically make it earlier, is having it in the East going to be any earlier for the West?
Yeah, well, let's say that they get in there at 9 o'clock, that puts them in there at 6 o'clock on the West. You know what I mean? And so
I said that wrong. I mean, having it on the East, does it help the UK?
Yeah, it should be earlier. No one wants to be up whatever late time that people said that they don't want to watch fights at. So it gives them an opportunity to kind of decide a little bit easier, like, hey, we can go watch this fight. We don't have to struggle staying up.
Yeah, because if it was on the West Coast and it happens at 9, 10 o'clock, then that puts them in a situation where they're watching it, much later, versus the East Coast has to be mindful of the West Coast and Vegas. And that said, they don't always do that. I mean, there are times where East Coast puts it on, just as late anyway, but I think they will be mindful, and that will help, I think, UK viewership.
So any other points you guys want to touch on?
I just wondered if Ron agreed with me as far as the market, the interest for probably Fury and Wilder to have that market availability.
Well, I mean, New York is definitely a diehard boxing, and I don't know what it is right now, but me moving out to New York, just pretty much just using myself as an example. I want to cover boxing. At this point, I'm starting to feel the amount of fights just flooding in, and even some days I may not be able to cover 2 fights or 2 big events around at the same time. So there is this really huge interest in New York boxing that I think has been invested this year more than the recent years. So we need to go and invest what this causes, because Crawford is going to be
It's a hotbed, Ron. Listen, Vegas is used, quote unquote, for the big fight, but fights that don't make pay-per-view happen in LA or New York. But more and more, they're happening in New York because of the Barclays Center.
Yeah, the Barclays Center does good business, and ever since it's been established, it has constantly been growing the sport in New York. I'd say reestablishing the sport in New York, and so I think these guys taking advantage of it. This is, like I said, this is a global sport. And New York is a global hotbed. And so there are things that can be done in New York, marketing strategies, aspects of the promotion that can be done anywhere, but can be done in New York better than anywhere.
Now, my last thing is to kind of always try to tie in these dates with important, significant events that could probably increase this attention. April 27, what's the other date? March.
May 18th.
May 18th. Is there any type of spectacles outside of the boxing event, of course, that could increase or maybe that can help bring up the fight? Any type of promotion or good time?
I don't know anything in April, and the closest thing in May is Memorial Day.
Maybe they can steamroll off some of the stuff from possible Cinco de Mayo, Canelo, lash off that.
April 18th is 2 weeks after Cinco de Mayo.
Well, that falls from March Madness.
Yeah, I'm with Ron, man. The only thing I don't like is having all these pay-per-views
stacked up.
Yeah, like all.
I don't mind it because honestly, like,
bro, that's a lot of money to be spending.
Yeah, but this is the thing. These are the ones where you have to decide. You are the consumer.
True.
So, like, you knew Wilder Fury was in the wake. You knew that maybe AJ could slide in and steal either Wilder Fury and it'd be even a bigger fight. So it was up to you to decide if you was going to give Manny that 75 for Broner.
Now, I got one last thing, though. Okay. Obviously, we haven't got the Wembley announcement today. We got the who. But with that being said, Anthony Joshua is still tied between Dillian White and Jarrell Big Baby Miller in June. Now, with that was targeted in New York City, June, possibly Madison Square Garden. This could be maybe an attempt to try to go and attack New York City and try to get that big fight in New York and investment before Anthony Joshua comes and make them choose between which fight they prefer to go. Because
that's really a great point.
To try to go between that fight and that fight if you have a certain amount of money, you're a blue collar worker and it's just like a regular guy. And you're like, if I'm going to spend money, am I coming out to the Wilder Fury or I'm going out to the Anthony Joshua?
That's such a great point. This could have been complete strategy for the Wilder and Fury team, knowing that the reports are suggesting that Miller is coming in for AJ to make his U.S. debut, but specifically his New York U.S. debut. And so for them to kind of come in and undercut them, I think that's such a big deal. And man, I can't believe I didn't even think of that. I mean, not say that, I think of everything, but that's such a good point, Ron. I think you're spot on. No, I think Ron is absolutely right.
But how much effect did that really have on their fight?
Listen, I can only go to one. I can only afford to go to one.
I'm talking about traveling wise.
I'm talking about people that are going to get there, people that are going to go. You know what I mean? And pay-per-view still, I think. I mean,
it won't be pay-per-view though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's not gonna be pay-per-view.
True though, Mike. Put the shoe on the other foot. Let's say that Wilder Fury took place in UK in April, May. Then fucking AJ Miller took place in the UK June. We got to decide. So that is a good point. That is a good point. Not everybody could make all them trips, man. That's expensive. Flying is expensive. Listen, let's go ahead and final thought this one. I guess this is a step closer. I know this morning we had a lot of off-air conversations as to whether or not this fight was going to take place. I want to say that the boxing gods heard us and threw us a bone to kind of calm the sea a bit. But this writer did say an announcement's coming in 2 weeks. That seems like a long time for me when Warren said 1 week a week ago.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think the final comment that I'll have is that they need to announce the fight. I'm going to piggyback off of yours. They need to announce the fight. Strategically speaking, I think it should come before AJ. I think that if it comes before AJ, what ends up happening is you think Fury and Wilder, such a big fight, that if he's going to end up fighting Miller, while I think it's a decent fight, while I think that it's exciting to hear AJ coming to America, if that's where it ends up happening, you know, it just doesn't have that. It seems lackluster by comparison. You know what I mean? So one of them has to come out and get that dominant foot. I think Wilder and Fury's team should come out and make that announcement already. And as far as New York, definitely excited for that. Definitely a big win for that town.
Yeah, my final thoughts is this is definitely going to be the third US UK in talks of New York City, Crawford and Khan, obviously Anthony Joshua and Terrell Miller, and now we're looking at Tyson Fury and Wilder possibly in New York. So at this point, a lot of this stuff has very similar scenarios. New York, pay-per-view, or a lot of money to travel if you're from the UK and you want to support your countryman. And these are very big profile type of fights. So I think it's very important, just like Ness said, to eventually start addressing these dates and start getting these out, because you know, it's going to be very expensive and you have to make your decision. You're going to have to figure out what's worth it. Traveling plans, it's just so many things that they need to get out for the fans to decide how they're going to go out and put their money out to what fight, because maybe they could attend to, but they just need to know. We need to know, to be fair, and that's just really what's the most important thing of all of this to consumers and how they want to spend their money.
That's how that mastermind that was on the earlier chat with us, you know, he wasn't really fully thinking, because we need to preference these dates as boxing fans. Like, man, how many big fights can you make in a year? You know, you got kids, mortgage, rent, whatever the case may be, car note. That's important. So to get in front of the ball, or you know, get out there in front of the other team and kind of, you know, plant your flag and let people start planning. That is important, man. That's a really good point, Ron, that you made.
Mike, final thoughts?
I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead to the caller.
Taste of your own medicine, B. Taste of your own medicine.
I really didn't feel like talking, but since you insist, like I forgot. My final thoughts are: there's too many motherfucking heavyweights that are not have a fight right now for nobody to have a fight announced. So the sooner we get this ball moving, the better that we can get what we really want at the end. The two best fighting each other, whoever that may be, Wilder and whoever else is left over.
All right, real quick.
I will say real quick though, before this is now seems better that we know we're going to get all these pay-per-views. So now that we know, like, Joshua Wilder, like, what kind of position would he have been in if they would have actually set it for April? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. These guys know what they're doing.
Super chats. Ronald Finkley says, salute TBB. And of course, Ness 100. OJ Simp says, it should be on Mars. No corruption there. Jack is the truth.
90 seconds.
Come on, guys. Wilder Fury's life goals doesn't involve getting one up on AJ. And Andre Diacono says, my fellow Americans, if it happened in BK, buy tickets early. UK peeps are buying tickets early because and in blocks, they have to purchase flights. That is right. You know, but, you know, listen, some of you lucky Patreons will get the
60 seconds.
Probably get a fight party at Ness's crib. You know what I mean? But Mike be taking up a lot of room in my crib, man. Motherfucker be having all type of shit. All his little weed, his little swishes and shit all over the house. But anyway, let's go out to the phone lines. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's go.
Tell your mama to call in too.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah, Mike, who got under your skin?
I'm just playing.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging
10
stations.
seconds.
For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Just having fun with this with the supporters, you know what I'm saying? Hey, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your auntie. We need more women in boxing, right? Let's go.
Alabama. I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
Productions.
Yo, hey, what's poppin'? Hey, next, Mike said he don't want to stay with you no more, so just let me get the spot, man. I'll slide you 100, man. Just let me get the couch, man. You know I'm coming.
Bro, you gonna need 6 couches, nigga.
Hey, trust me, I'm used to small couches. It's cool. But yeah, I like New York, man. It's good. I need to see more UK people. The UK was live in LA, so how much more live can they get? In New York, they're gonna be busting in New York. It's gonna be litty. It's gonna be a few fights. Be ready for that.
Oh yeah, in New York is because it's a whole different like.
Bro, I saw like 3 fights when I was in LA.
Yeah, but in New York it's gonna be a whole different thing, man. That's
Hey,
hopefully it's just a magnificent event, and everybody holds their liquor, and realizes that this is just like any other sport outing, and you root for your team and you go home.
Bro, it's not, but I like it though. It's good. Hey, how much is the tickets usually for like big fights in Barclays?
I mean, New York City, mid-bowl, like it depends, man. I don't know. This is a pay-per-view. Have we ever gotten a pay-per-view in New York? I don't think so. Like not PBC either. So I'ma just say, like, Danny Garcia tickets mid-bowl, 200 to 300.
250. I paid 250. I paid 250 for lower seats at the Spence Mikey fight. So
yeah, man. I mean, look, man, just like anything, you get in there early, but this is a fight versus the UK, man. They gonna have that shit sold out the night before.
Shit, I ain't scared of none of them. It's gonna be lit though. The atmosphere gonna be great.
Look,
I promise.
Buami said he paid $1 for some good seats last night at the Barclays.
But what fight? What fight was
that? Thurman.
That wasn't last night, but
Jose
okay.
Zito.
Then he played a 100.
Did you? Yeah. He said $1, man. That's what 100 is. B,
nigga, I ain't with all that New York lingo. I don't know what that
means. Check this nigga clock. Yup, it's time. Cut it. Hey, Justin, the youngest in charge. What up? Don't forget I gave you that name. Don't forget I gave you that name when you blow up.
Yo.
What up, B?
All right. So we know the fight's coming up. First of all, I don't know if I said this before, but Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford. I don't know why they even made that fight. We all know the outcome. Terrence Crawford wins. I'm not streaming this, by the way. And
Mario, so you ain't gonna say nothing? You gonna let him bash Khan?
Listen, youngster. You got to go back. All right. I like you, Justin. You know why I like you? Because your mind is real young, like a sponge. Go in and absorb that Amir Khan greatness, my man. I promise you it's there. You can see it. You ain't too young to see it. You'll see it. It's going to be a fight. I promise you.
Am I still on?
Oh, you're still on? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all hung up. But listen, Amir Khan is a good fighter. We all know, and I had Amir Khan winning the Canelo fight, but he got knocked out. We all know this. Amir Khan is gonna be winning the fight, but his chin is gonna give out on him again.
Mike ain't got nothing to say?
Everybody entitled to their own opinion.
So, Justin, anything to say on the topic at hand, buddy?
Wilder Fury in New York. Wilder Fury in New York.
All right. So, I got Wilder on that fight, and let me tell you why. Just like the last time, listen, Deontay Wilder has 36 minutes to land one right hand. And he's even one right hand, if he lands one big one.
Well, Tyson Fury already proved it.
Fury.
Tyson Fury already proved it takes more than one right hand. He got up twice from the right hand, remember? He actually got up twice from the right hand and the left hook.
True, but Tyson Fury has some good heart, but this is kind of a 50-50 in a kind of way. Tyson Fury has good head movement and heart because I was betting like $50 on that first fight with my uncle, and I was like, oh, damn it, Deontay Wilder's going to lose the decision. And then when he knocked him down, I was like, let's go, bitch! And when he got up, I was literally like, are you kidding me, man? But then Fury got robbed, so I was like, let's go. We all got for the second fight.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Right now, I'm leaning towards Fury, but man, you know, being on this show, they corrupt me to that Wilder side. But right now, if I had to pick, I'd say Fury.
I'm going to Joseph, the mastermind. Justin, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, my question is, man, is what else would there be to do in New York aside from like sightseeing if you're gonna make that event? You know what
I mean?
Because I just don't see.
I mean, you got everything. You got Lower Manhattan. You got Chelsea Piers. You got Uptown on Dykeman and Eigden. I mean, it's summertime. You go to La Marina. Like, what more do you want? It's the tri-state area. You could go to Philly and check the Liberty Bell. You could go to Statue of Liberty in New Jersey. This mad thing. You could go to nightclubs. I mean, what can't you do? You want to gamble? Go to AC. Everything is there.
You go see Hamilton?
Everything is there. Everything literally is there.
I don't know.
New York. Let me remind you. New York is the city that never sleeps. Las Vegas is just a city of sin because they always had prostitutes all their life. Now that shit ain't about nothing. Who the fuck need prostitutes? Come on, bruh. What Las Vegas got? Hot ass concrete. You hotting from 110 weather in May. We gonna die in May in Las Vegas. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm gonna get a nice spot with a pool, but listen.
Oh no, we from Texas, though. We gonna be all right. We used to
Mississippi, nigga, Arkansas. I mean, always hot.
I'm gonna be wearing a fur coat over there.
No, Vegas
too cold.
That more. Vegas have that more to me, you know. But you know, keep in mind, I'm still a younger guy. You know, I ain't never been to Vegas. Oh, I've been to the tri-state area. I was actually working up in Philly, New York, earlier this year. I was actually in Newark back in July. That's how I started hearing the show.
Nice.
But
that's my hometown.
To me, it just seems it seems more. It stands out to me like the big fights are always in Vegas. I can't see Vegas getting beat out for the rematch on this, but I could be wrong. But
but Joseph,
way,
did Pacquiao did Pacquiao Broner feel like a big fight?
It actually did. You know, that's the thing is it had more built. The promotion was good. That's why I'm kind of worried about this Canelo deal on the zone because, you know, you can flip through channels, you can see a hype show, you know, inside PBC or something like that coming up, and it, you know, I've actually ordered UFC fights, you know, just flipping through channels and catching two dudes talking shit, and I don't even really watch that, but just so if you do something like that, like an inside PBC, if they're gonna be on Fox, I think it makes this fight real bigger, and I feel like this fight will be.
Ooh, you just said something.
The return of the big.
Damn, he just said something that sparked some interest. Yo, what if they do that? What if they turn around and do a Fox pay-per-view this time? Because they did the Mikey one, right? And they're like, yo, let's throw this one on Fox now. More exposure.
Yeah, then you have the face-to-face and all that on regular TV. That, you know, a guy flipping the channel and see your highlights. These two guys who can talk well.
Damn, Joseph.
They should do that though. They really should.
They definitely should.
They really should. Yo, real quick though.
Ideas, you better hit me with a check. I want my patent pending check for real.
Listen, I'm gonna tell. I hope Justin's still listening because I want to put him on one thing real quick. Was what he said about Canelo Khan. Khan, you got to understand. Listen, Justin. I want you to go to school tomorrow. I want you to find the biggest kid in the highest grade. So I'm assuming you're in elementary, right? So you go to the 5th grade or whatever. If you're in middle school, go to 8th grade, right? Go to the biggest kid in that class, and you tell yourself, like, all right, maybe I could be a better fighter than him. Maybe I'm a better fighter than him right now, but it don't matter because that man's bigger. So he lands one lucky punch, and it's gonna take your lights out, man. So you don't go up to the biggest bully in school unless he start picking on you first. That's what happened in the Khan fight. The big bully came through. Amir Khan schooled him for a little bit. And then, of course, the 400-pound beast came in and he sat on top of Amir Khan. So, that was bullshit.
My man wasted precious time with lies. We going to OJ Sip.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What up? Where you calling in from, bro?
New Hampshire, brother.
All right,
New
talk
Hampshire.
to us.
So I was planning on going to the Crawford Khan fight, but seeing as this might be in New York the week after, I don't know, bro. Do you guys think that'll drive down the ticket prices for Khan Crawford?
I think it could. I definitely think it could. That said, here's the thing. You go to Crawford Khan, you're going to see perhaps the pound-for-pound best, and then Amir Khan, one of the greatest offensive fighters in the last 25, 30 years, versus Deontay Wilder and Fury. They're a great matchup, but let's be real. I mean, they're great for the heavyweight division. So, I don't know.
Khan got his own following, though. He got this. I don't
That's
know
true.
what
That's a good point.
background he is, but I'm pretty sure that background would be in the Madison Square Garden.
You're not lying.
Have it filled up.
Yeah, no. My dude's Pakistani, so we were gonna go check that shit out. But anyway, yeah. All right, y'all have a good night, guys.
OJ, thanks for calling in. We going boomerang status on Javi. Talk to me.
Hey, I like Joseph idea though. Joseph, I like that. By putting it on Fox pay-per-view. That was
Well, he didn't really say that. Like, he triggered something in me to say that, but I'll give Joseph the credit because he's a mastermind.
Okay. Well, it's smart though. That shit real smart. They put it on Fox.
So it is my idea then. Joseph ain't had nothing to do with it.
Hey man, fuck it. Everybody did good. Whoever I did was for Fox, nigga, that shit good. You can put because look, you can put a press conference on Fox. Like on FS1, it don't matter, but if you put it on there, bro, it's gonna get views. A lot of views. I feel like it'll get more views than YouTube. Just because of like you could just be changing the channel like they said, and boom, you on a press conference.
Man, you slot that goddamn press conference behind Maury or Dr. Phil or whatever talk show come on Fox. You're gonna get some views, I'm telling you.
Oh, put it on after Dr. Oz. There it is, after Dr. Oz.
Yeah, my mom will watch that shit.
Bro,
See?
she gonna be like, who are these two big these motherfuckers big, Mario?
Exactly.
Like, isn't that the one that Nestor loves and is always just sucking off? And I'll be like, yep, that's him.
It's funny that you do that voice. That reminded me when we was in LA and Wilder Moms bumped into us. She's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, you right about that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Mama, what'd she say to you? What'd she say?
Are you the one that always standing up for my baby? You tell them hating. I don't think she cussed, but you tell them hating motherfuckers. Yeah.
Damn, that's what's up.
She didn't cuss though. She didn't cuss.
Hey,
I'm just paraphrasing in my own words.
Yo, I think it's about to go down. So right now, hit that thumbs up button and share the show.
You work in the background there.
Oh, you know I'm in the
background. You work in the background, you down.
I'm in the background. I'm stirring the pot. It's about to go down. I think it's about to go down. I just asked a big dog in the league, could he come on the show? And I was specific about today. I was specific about today and right now, and he said cool. So then I had to double back, like right now? Question mark with the number, because if he come through, it's gonna get crazy up in here.
Okay.
Hey man, you hold.
I know who you talking about too.
What we doing?
I know you talking about too.
We gonna talk a little bit. Just we gonna give, because we got to give celebrities time. We can't be rushing their text. So
you right.
Talk a little bit and see what happens. Let me go to Joseph Javier in the meantime while we wait on his text. Joseph, on the boomerang status. I just want to give you your credit. I was only joking. It was you that came up with the pay-per-view, Fox.
Oh no, I'm
He don't mean that, Joseph. He don't mean that shit, bro.
I damn sure had my fingers crossed. Nah, I'm joking. I didn't.
But no, but you know what I mean. It's a smart idea. How many times have you flipped through just been flipping through channels, and something catches your eye, and you're like, you know what, I want to see that. Imagine you flipping the channel, you see this this big old Englishman and this big old Southern boy from Alabama talking.
Oh,
and then you see one where he just puts him to sleep.
Bruh, that's
He's not gonna want. Come on now.
Is that easy, homie?
No, I'm oh my God, I'm giving him the number and it's I put the show for a little show.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit him on Skype, my nigga.
my
God. You do a 3-way on your phone, man. That's the only way
There's no way I'm not in there. The only one that could do that is Joseph, but that I can't do that. Damn. He probably like, bro, I'm trying to call this shit.
You got a Skype, nigga? You got Skype?
Oh man,
you better ask that question, bro.
Nah, he ain't answering me back, man. Fuck it, we gonna schedule. He already said, yeah, we get him.
I bet.
Dang. I forgot about this. See, I was trying to be on point over here and keep things, in line. But all right, Joseph, I'm sorry to cut your call off. That was live air right there. That was pre-pro.
Oh, no, you good. If it happens, man.
Pre-pro at its finest.
And for everybody who don't know, Joseph and his brother signed up for Border Wars.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, everybody out there.
Oh,
shit,
yo,
man.
Joseph.
They with that smoke.
Joseph, you
Mario Saturday.
Listen,
Hey.
Joseph, you and your brother actually need to make that payment so we can get this thing started. 'Cause I got Canadian Jose in the Border Wars chat calling you guys all types of names.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you about because we filled out a lot of paperwork, but it never brought up anything about where to pay.
It should be down at the bottom. But I'll walk
Joseph, your brother's name, what was it again? Matt?
I'll walk you through it. Yeah, it's Matt.
Matt, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you tell Matt I'm eating my green beans right now. Yo, I'm eating my green bean. I'm meal prepping. I'm meal prepping already. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm meal prepping.
Yeah, we're gonna have to link up and maybe finish up negotiations Saturday if I end up.
Yeah, get that face off, right?
Something.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be dope.
Joseph, all right, brother. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. Man, I ain't get that text yet, but what I'm gonna do is
we can always come back with another one.
No, I know. No. What I'm gonna do is
Necessary shit waiting on bubbles.
Whoa, before we do anything.
What?
364 watching, only 87 thumbs up. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all come in every day, and we here every day. Only thing we ask is to like us, share, and just some acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? We here every day, man. Like the channel, share the channel, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to go one step further, go over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the Amazon link. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link for your shopping. So we can go to places like maybe Vegas, the fight's in Vegas, maybe LA, maybe Texas where Mario is. You know what I'm saying? It helps us to do a lot of stuff, and it costs you nothing. Only when you shop at Amazon, though.
Damn, bro. He just said he called it, didn't go through. What the fuck is yo? And I tried to get slick and ended and redo it, but look at the time we at 7:18. So
so we'd have to wait. Yep.
Minutes.
Damn it!
Who was it?
Can't tell them on air.
Who else you think?
I already know who I think it is, but can you at least put it on the group chat right there?
I will. I'm just saying, man.
Hey man, we still got time on. That's in
Nah,
this show.
man.
Not if we.
All right. Check you guys out on the next one. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be back. Peace.
Peace.